So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense. Oh, man.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Kenny Galladay and the Lions set to go to work again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this?
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The Lions on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
That's good for a Lion.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
The 42-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Johnson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
A gain of 2.
From the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun, Stafford. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And they'll get this down to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. From the gun, Stafford. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've been... And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Prater on to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A 10-play drive that time. And the touchdown run came from Kerryon Johnson to cap things off. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Gibson on the return. They'll take over 1st down and...
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and...
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
The pass.
4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
A gain of 22.
Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Back to throw, and he fires one, but incomplete. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Incomplete.
He's back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Now here's Johnson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Underneath for Johnson. A solid stiff arm. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
That's good.
Stafford now to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Prater on for the field goal.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. This from Tom Dempsey range here. Does he have the distance? He does. It's good. My goodness, he hits it from the parking lot as time expires. And the Lions are going to win this game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Lions, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from 4.